the very first chapter, guys, you have something called niche market and mass market. By now, you must know all of this. So it's not too difficult to understand. I'm just going to give you an example of a product. If you take mass market, you'd realize that a product like Colgate or Signal toothpaste will be there. As opposed to niche market, they'll sell something like the same toothpaste, something like Sensodyne, which is very particularly for, let's say, sensitive teeth or adults or older senior people, things like that. So mass market and niche market. Pretty straightforward for you to understand that these mass markets have loads of benefit when it comes to economies of scale, because you're producing en masse. When you produce en masse, you can buy raw materials en masse and your cost will fall, which means economies of scale is gained. Everyone is treated equally. So think about this. If you had a marketing campaign and it goes really good, that's enough for all markets. As opposed to using niche markets, you got to separate your marketing campaigns, make things very particular for them. Waste of marketing there, waste of time, waste of money trying to customize certain things. As opposed to mass market, one for all, one message for all. Yeah. And the thing about this is that there's very small profit margins in the mass market, and you got to remember there's loads of competitors. So when it comes to loads of competitors there, your margin is going to be really low. But at the same time, guys, you're going to have loads of quantity. There's a huge quantity there. So, well, we're working on volume here than it is value. So volume will bring you a lot of benefits in terms of even that small profit margin multiplied by the amount of people there. Well, you got a lot. And the best part is you take the whole revenue, pump it into R&D, come up with product innovation, new product development, come up with something new and try to sell it. The whole drawback comes is that it's homogeneous. These products are homogeneous. When I say homogeneous, when you go to a supermarket, I don't know if you really have a particular brand for toothpaste, so you just pick off whatever's there. So some of the brands that are like Colgate and Signal and all that selling to the mass market, they're really trying to get you. How are they trying to get you? How are they trying to attract you very particularly? Because it's all the same. There is no difference. So if it's all the same, guys, well, now you realize they try to differentiate in some way to try to keep you there. For example, I use a Colgate toothpaste, and Colgate has a transparent red toothpaste instead of the typical white toothpaste. It kind of looks fancy, so I kind of go with that. I don't know why I buy it. It's the same. I don't really care if it's Signal or Colgate, but it's that fancy red transparent thing. So I buy that. I feel like, okay, this feels cool. So I take that. Loads of competition there. So that is a real drawback. And of course, well, when there are sudden changes, you cannot be flexible because you've invested in heavy machinery and division of labor, perhaps, and you've invested in all of that. That there'll come a point where you just feel, we can't change. If we change, we've got to change all of existing machinery. So that way you lose out to the small timers who's doing it really well, which we bring ourselves onto niche market. Niche market, the obvious benefits, charge a high price. Sensodyne is highly priced. It's not cheap. Yeah. It's easy to target the market in Sensodyne. Well, I don't know if any of you use Sensodyne, but Sensodyne is really a more expensive toothpaste, and it's more for those with sensitive teeth or really senior people who'd like to take care of their teeth or worried about the last stages of their teeth. It's small scale production, so it's really flexible, and of course, well, competition is not all that much. But demand can go up and down because it's not like your constant demand when you get with mass market. Here it's a little shaky there, so you're not certain, which is a very difficult deal there. And of course, well, no economies of scale. You don't have economies of scale because your costs are going to be high. That being said, don't think that the niche market doesn't make profits. Niche market makes a lot of profits. For example, if you guys know Louis Vuitton, can you guys see my screen? I'm switching to my browser. Can someone confirm if you can see it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So if you look at LVMH, Louis Vuitton, you guys must know this brand. It's huge. Yeah. So LVMH is a niche market. And to think that LVMH has all these brands in the niche market, you're talking about, look at every single thing that you see here belongs to LVMH, including the PVR theaters, including Bulgari, including Tag Heuer, Givenchy, Marc Jacobs, even the upmarket liquor, Belvedere, Hennessy, all of these, Christian Dior, Hublot, you name it, all of these belong to LVMH. And if you guys didn't know, LVMH, this guy, Bernard Arnault, is the richest man in the world. At least he was for the last month. World's richest man, Bernard Arnault, not Jeff Bezos, not Elon Musk, Bernard Arnault, LVMH. This guy is the richest man in the world. Yeah, not all your Microsoft, Bill Gates, and not them. This guy, and this guy operates a niche market. So it won't be fair to think that niche market doesn't make the profits. Oh yes, niche market does make the profits. They're really in a huge chunk. As opposed to the guys at Unilever, who's on the other side with mass market, both of them have an equal play. But so long as you master it, well, you master it, but you decide where you're going. Like I said, when you answer your questions, when they ask you something about niche or mass, you're technically going to be a consultant to them. You're going to speak to them as if you're the consultant, you're the business consultant. So when you write your answer, you got to tell particularly to them. Don't just give me all these, you can charge a premium price and all that, you won't get your marks. If you don't adapt it to that particular case and speak as if you're advising them, you won't get your marks. Alrighty. So then you've got market share. Now market share is pretty easy. It's what is your slice of the cake? If that's the whole cake, what is your slice? So you're simply taking your slice over the total cake into 100 market share. So you're taking the total company sales and divided by the total industry sales.